my baby girl. Got to talk to Soul, my daughter. Shout outs to my daughter Soul. Just want to tell her I love her. And this cardio session is always for you, baby. Resistance 70. This machine provides a good amount of lactic acid burn for just a few minutes. So today's going to be kind of like a leg day, but nothing too crazy. And I am totally feeling yesterday's workout and the day before cardio session. But that's alright. And sorry, Jupiter. Baby girl. I love talking to my daughter. She's my favorite thing in the whole world. So yesterday, my brother let me borrow a 35-pound plate and a 25-pound plate. So I'm super excited to use those on the leg extensions. However, I won't be uploading any videos of it until I get used to it, because they will be in sets of a 2-minute timer and however many reps that I can do in 2 minutes. As with all movements, including pull-ups, a 2-minute timer to see however many I can get. Except before I post those videos, it will be a long, grueling climb to just do 100 pull-ups, however long it takes. I don't really do chin-ups. I just don't really care for that movement. Maybe one day. Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Arnold. Oh yeah, you would say Arnold. Nowadays, everybody knows who that is. Used to do 100 chin-ups before we even stepped foot into Gold's Gym every day. So before we went into that gym for all those videos that you see, he had already done 100 chin-ups, which is probably why his biceps were so developed. He did a pretty decent extremely decent compound movement of 100 chin-ups. Then he would go into the gym and do his 20 sets of 20 on various muscle groups. He also did that when he was young in the Hungarian military. Excuse me, the Hungary military, which, you know, he was a tanker, and he would exercise before they did PT with weights. So that also gave him kind of like this strange endurance. And so 20 sets of 20 reps on various weights. 20 reps is a very strange spot. And if you get to a certain point where you're doing 225 pounds, 20 reps, 20 sets, you know, incline, decline, flat, that is not easy. But nobody seems to understand. Well, maybe some do, of course, obviously. 20 reps in 20 sets is actually, his set would almost take a minute to do 20 reps, you know? I'm just saying that. I've been paying attention, like, a lot. So, I was watching some videos with Lee Priest and Baby Boy and the other Baby Boy, whoever the heck your name is, right? Which those guys show lots of promise and have tons of potential. So I look forward to seeing the Trent twins start really doing well in their 30s. I'm just saying. Because they're already pretty built. So once they develop that permanent fiber, basically, which will be around in their 30, it's like 6 years away, probably 5 years away. Like, goddamn, it's gonna be very good. I already know. So I look forward to seeing them do well. And you know, they already get to hang out with Lee Priest about once a year. So they get, you know, all the, I guess they would call it all the juice, or all the experience passed down quickly to kind of go off of, you know? And so I actually like those two. I mean, I don't like the way they drive their freaking vehicles, but I'm sure they'll stop doing that eventually. Everybody knows that. Even they do, trust me. So what do you guys do? You get injured and mess it all up for you? For everyone, like what the hell? You don't even know that part. But you'll mess it all up, dude. What are you doing? So, that's my opinion on their driving. However, pretty cool guys. Pretty cool guys. And of course, Lee Priest, he's like one of my heroes. His humor, his nonchalant, like, fake jokes that are not true, but hilarious. Anyways, he reminds me of Zell from a video game, which was like a fighter guy in long shorts and jean shorts. So, anyways. And of course, his build is crazy. And And Tom Glatz, he would do 20 minutes with the same pair of dumbbells just to train arms. Like, that's so good to me. Like, that's probably somewhere where I would start once I start using dumbbells. Like, 2 minutes of movement with a short break. But I'm a big fan of just simply holding a sandbag for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and just walking around. It's one of my favorite actual exercises that I don't ever see anybody do. So just holding that sandbag for 20 minutes is like the best feeling sometimes. You have no idea. Anyways, you get tired and just leaning on your shoulder, and it's just the best. So we're approaching the 11-minute mark at resistance 70. And I really like how high up the knee goes on this machine. And it appears like someone's going too fast on the freeway or something. So I wish people would tune into my live streams. I think we have someone. Looks like it from here, but I'm not sure. So yeah, the Trent twins are my baby boys. They don't know it, but they are. From a dinosaur egg in a lost dimension with shock therapy, they are my baby boys somehow. Anyways, not through standard rude thought processes, but through like dinosaur egg shock therapy or something. So anyways, which when I found out they were orphans, like I got so sad. You have no idea. I'm glad they have what they have, including their build, which they train hard for. Which I like that they do assisted movements together, like where one guy pushes down on their arms while their arms are outstretched, which is cool to have a partner to do that. And then Chris, he shows Mike respect, and he doesn't even understand that part because he's just trying to work out, and he's just trying to have his back, So we're on resistance 70, we increased it by 5, which is only how much of a percentage of increase in volume is it to go from 65 to 70? Right. That's a weird one. I usually pick a more simpler number and stick to it, such as 14 to 65. It's a 50-something% increase in volume, but 65 to 70 is only what? a 7% increase in volume. But that's okay. And by Jupiter, we are at almost 15 minutes, so workout will be complete soon. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the fitness influencer, the Trend Twins, Chris and Mike, or Mike and Chris, which that's how I refer to them, both in sequence that way. Sometimes I start different, sometimes I don't. And I can definitely tell the two apart. I don't know how to explain that. Like, even one likes Pokemon a little more than the other. Anyways. I wish I could read your comments from here, Jupiter. The phone's by the door, which is kind of a ways away. In approximately 4 minutes, I will be able to read the comments. Sorry. So, going from 14 push-ups to 60 is literally a 50% increase in volume. Going from 60 push-ups to 80 is only a 33% increase in volume. Or, excuse me. Yeah, pretty much. It's somewhere around there. And then going from 80 to 100 push-ups is only a 25% increase in volume. So the bell curve from 14 to 60 is an excellent plateau to get through. Just saying. But going from 60 to 80 is only roughly a 33% increase, which I'm okay with. And then 80 to 100, 60, 84 parts, 25% increase in volume. And 100 to 110 is only a 10% increase in volume. So eventually, I feel I will get very used to doing 100, followed by a few sets of 10 in the same timer. And then either 5 or 10 at the end, There's not much more time. To go all the way through at that timer, you would only get I think on pace, 140, 150, 160. I don't know. If I'm able to just move like that for 2 minutes straight, even in just one set, I will be so happy. Like a flounder or something, or like a marlin in the water, or a bluefin tuna or something. Which I swear, if I could get a hold of a couple pounds of bluefin tuna, I would buy it. I cannot afford that though. They charge in the United States like $70 a pound for bluefin tuna, which is outrageous. And I don't blame them. That freaking fiber itself is from a 900-pound fish, and it's not a normal kind. It swims with a school. It doesn't float around like a whale or a shark. It swims with a school, and that's like the salmon already. Very competitive. So they all try and outswim each other for hours and hours at 800 pounds in the water, 1,200 pounds in the water. Bluefin tuna. So if I could have some of that fiber to try and build off of, I would. But I mean, salmon at 50 pounds, 40 pounds, swimming like that, all explosive up a stream, that's a good fiber too. I just don't eat much of it. So, but cow and pig, they're 400-pound animals, 800-pound animals. That's already a strong fiber for a human at 200 pounds to build off of. Seriously. I mean, amino acids are just building blocks. And if you get lucky, like glycolic acid or glycine and arginine bonded will somehow methylonize with methionine, which is very annoying to say, into creatine. And it will creatinize in the muscles, which happens in cows and pigs because they're freaking 500 pounds standing and rolling and stuff. Well, the pigs do. So I just know it's a better fiber, but building blocks are building blocks. And you know, powders, protein powder, etc. It's all still in theory, because if you look at even just bodybuilding, oh God, they change every 4 years, 5 years on what to do. And Arnold, he did 20 sets of 20. Freaking crazy. Some guys do 8 reps. I don't know. I do as many as I can in 2 minutes. And eventually we'll increase the weight. So I made it to 20 minutes, awkwardly. That was a bit fast for me. So, here's the workout. That was a pretty good one. Resistance 70. Kind of good. Well studied, I guess. I hate seafood too, by the way. I don't really eat much of it. However, my daughter Sol loves honey walnut shrimp from Panda Express, so I'm gonna learn how to cook shrimp just for my baby. But I don't eat much of it, which means more for her. Seriously. So that was my 20 minutes on the arc trainer, and 70% resistance, so a little more than last time for 21 minutes. What do you do? But a minute's a minute. So now normally I go run, but I mean, I am feeling it today. I may just do bodyweight squats for 2 minutes, which I really don't have a good spot. But I do have the bodyweight assisting box thing, so I may do that. You've been on a diet since you were 13. Oh, the barbecue was good. I put myself on a diet when I was about 15 years old. I used to be kind of heavy, even when I was about 11 years old, 10 and a half, I began getting heavy. And by the time I was 14 or 15, I decided to just eat different foods, which was difficult. Right. I don't like seafood either. However, I would eat some, 8 ounces or so, just because the fiber, the thing swims to move. So it's just built different, period. Debating whether to do cardio or just 2 minutes of body squats followed by 2 minutes of body squats facing left or right, because all floors have a slope. They really do. Or all floors are tilted, slightly. So I just rotate. Yeah. It's roughly the same per ounce, 5 grams, 6 grams per ounce, but it's different because of what the muscle did its entire lifespan. Like a cow bared its weight on its legs and back all day at freaking 1,000 pounds approximately. 700 pounds depending on the cow, 800, right? And then pigs are like 300-400 pounds, and they roll around and stuff, and then stand back up all day long. So those fibers are just naturally kind of strong and have creatine in it, oddly enough. Chicken, not so much, but I still eat it because building blocks are building blocks. And I prefer chicken quarters. Same principle. It has a little bit of dark brown to it from lactic acid of just running around and bearing its weight on its legs. But anyways, we're going to do a 2-minute timer of bodyweight squats, which honestly, I don't even need a 2-minute timer for this movement. I will do 70 to 80 and the timer will go off every time. Seriously. My best feature, I don't think I have a best feature. Maybe endurance. Well, there's endurance and then there's stamina. Endurance is what you have right off the bat, as many as you can. And then stamina is what number you're able to maintain after burning yourself out. So I think I have good endurance because my stamina is only like 10 reps after burning myself out. I couldn't push out 20, I would cap out and have to somehow rest the muscle for a second. Thanks. I wish my best feature was my stomach, which is truly what I really want, but one day at a time. Thanks. So, bodyweight squats. However, I like to use a door jamb. And everything in here is a bit. I don't know how to explain it. So I'll go get the box thing. That'll help a little. So we have this little thing to help with the bodyweight assisted squats, and I wish it was a little taller, but it's not, so it's okay. So I just randomly had one of these. My cousin had a lying around. He's like, "Sure, you can have it." So normally I'd use a door jamb, which there's just not enough space in that one. Yeah, I wanted this thing to have whatever shape it's supposed to have, but not necessarily overtrained, which I don't know what that actually looks like. I was watching Mr. Olympia trying to find some, like what it looks like when it's overtrained. Like, for example, biceps will have like this huge separation between literally both muscle groups, the brachii. They'll have both spots showing, kind of like Larry Wheeler's right bicep. It's like super developed. Arnold too. I have my standard movements of push-ups and sit-ups consecutively for 12 minutes, which is 6 minutes in each muscle group. And then I plan on doing bodyweight squats on the same day, but I wanted to get good at those movements first and just stick to running uphill. But I do these. But not only in the doorway. So we're gonna do 2 minutes of bodyweight squats, which I'm only going to get to like 17 or 18, and then the timer will go off. It's the weirdest thing. And I do use a little bit of help because I drop low, because I don't like sticking my arms out in front of me like every rep, but maybe I will. Maybe on the first set, the standard one. I feel 120 seconds is a good amount of time to continuously move your body or weight. Like even on the bench press, it would just be a 2-minute timer, 185 reps. I may just have to hold it there for 10 seconds and do 185 pounds. And I would just do as many as I can in 2 minutes. Even if I have to set it down and breathe, and then pick it back up and do 2. Like however many I can do in 2 minutes. And then I would do that for 2, 4, 6, 8, probably 10 to 12 minutes. With rest in between each set. Anyway, a long time. Alexa, 2-minute timer.
2 minutes, starting now.
Bodyweight squats. And I have no shame in assisting it either. I don't even have to count these. I know how many I get. It's awkward too. You can count them. It'll be like 70 to 80, and the timer will go off. And I mean, if I get tired, I just kind of give myself some help. There's like no shame in my 2-minute timer. When I first started doing these, I mean, I really would huff puff by the end of the 2 minutes. Alexa, stop. Yeah, these are rough. So no shame in helping yourself for even 20 of them. It's all good. So that's why something like this really can change the game. So I didn't count those, but I'm guessing 70. I kind of feel those in more than usual because of the arm trainer. So I'll do another one, and that will just be 4 minutes of squats. And eventually, we'll really start getting there. I'm going to do a toe stretch, by the way. Alexa, 1 minute timer.
1 minute, starting now.
Because those bad boys felt a little stiff. So my original thought process of this was 2 minutes push-ups, 2 minutes sit-ups, 2 minutes squats. However, to repeat that, these squats really change my totals on sit-ups and push-ups. So I separated them for a different day. Alexa, stop. Squats are those for the thighs, hamstrings and thighs. Quads, basically the quads. And based on the slope of the floor, kneecap flexors and other things. Which the buildings I train in, they have the maniest floors. And even to just do push-ups sometimes is a goodness. So far so good. We'll probably use this thing on the next one. There's nothing wrong with breathing if I can't do the movement for the entire 2 minutes, because even on sit-ups, I have to kind of change my form. I don't push up the same thing. So I'm okay with resting a little. But with this, I can just do the movement for the entire 2 minutes. We'll do another set facing this way. Maybe we'll face the camera on this one. The quads are the front of the legs. It's 4 muscle groups on the front of the legs. That's why they call them quads, oddly enough. There's 4 muscle groups. Just like biceps, 2 muscle groups, and triceps, 3 muscle groups. Deltoids, 4 muscle groups with a lot of other minor muscles, but 4 in general. And so it's weird that the shoulders are 4 muscle groups, but that work together, but they're weaker than most people's triceps, which are 3 muscle groups, or even the biceps, which are only 2 muscle groups. So that's why quads have the most potential, is because it's 4 large muscle groups working together in conjunction with hip flexors and hamstrings, which I would say hamstrings are the weakest muscle in most people, including myself. Squats are good for the butt. The glutes, yeah. The gluteus maximus does get involved in doing squats, as well as hamstrings, hip flexors, and quads. They are. They are. The glutes help push the body upwards in conjunction with hamstrings and quads. So on the way down, you're going to feel the quads helping, and then on your way up, the hamstring and glutes and the quads a little will assist the movement on the way upwards. Kind of like the bench press. The triceps do all they can, and the chest tries to take the brunt. And the front delts as well. Time for my next set. These are rough, by the way. Alexa, 2-minute timer.
2 minutes, starting now.
I don't like my fists going towards the camera either. 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, told you, 77, 78, 79, 80. Alexa, stop. So honestly, between 70 to 80 is my 2-minute timer on bodyweight squats. So like, if we didn't have Alexa to time it, I would do bodyweight squats for my partner's 2-minute timer at that pace. And we would rotate on whatever his pace was for 2 minutes of squats. I do, even on sit-ups and push-ups, I always know when that timer's up. It took a long time though. It took approximately 200 workout sessions for me to realize my timer. Sit-ups, push-ups, and squats. The other movements, I don't know. Like running, I have to look at that timer every minute. Thanks. However, I did occur a right pectoral issue in the middle of my 130th or so session, 120 something, and continued for 9 days straight. And I just rotated 180 degrees because I thought maybe the floor slope was putting too much strain on this side. And I mean, this right pectoral, it goes to water now, but it used to be stuck in right here in the movement. It was like stuck like this while I was like this for 29 days. And I had to wait an additional 4 days for the soreness to go away after that. And I continued working and carrying plywood and other things and did the best I could. This was back in July. So from June 29th till July 28th, I did not do a day of exercise. And then around August 4th or 3rd, maybe August 5th, I started back up on training, and now we are in October. But I watched guys who do deadlifts, and you know how if you watch a deadlift video of a bicep tear, the bicep gets stuck way up here, even though the arm's down here, and they call it a bicep tear. Same thing happened in my right pectoral. Well, now it turns into like dimples, and I guess if I took the camera, the camera doesn't do any justice. But we got stuck in a part of the motion, basically. Like that. And it was stuck up there, it's like that, and it was like an Easter egg. You could like feel it and move it like a lump. And I'm on to that, don't worry. I understand something. But anyways, it was like a lump. And it was there for almost 29 days from doing this movement. Right. Anyways, from doing this movement, and it took 29 days for it to heal. Now, a doctor would have wanted to do surgery within 15 days. Just like they do on people's biceps. However, I waited patiently, like almost 30 days before the lump. I woke up one day and I was like, okay, it's not stuck wherever it was, which was like this. Put it over here. So it was like swollen. But it took over a month. And I got ignored by everybody during that process, and they just thought I was being stupid because I kept going like this, which, you know, childish, but can be funny at times. And so that's how I got through it. And now I'm doing push-ups again and actually made progress. And so that was my 4-minute tough squat. So I'm gonna do one more set, which, of course, I'm gonna do another set. I exercise every day at a certain pace, and that was only 55 reps, 10-10, 10, 5 for a total of 90 reps in 2 minutes. Every day because I felt it wouldn't be too much. And after 113 times in a row, 120 something times in a row, the right pectoral got stuck in motion basically. They would call it a pectoral tear, but I know my body very well. And just like when the powerlifters do their bicep movements and it gets stuck upwards up here, I don't think anybody wants to wait 40 days of not messing with it. So they do surgery to, I don't actually know that. Maybe it is a real bicep tear because they're doing heavy weight, which I'm not very heavy. So it may be the muscle stuck in motion. But exercising can be dangerous. Having a pulled muscle is the most detrimental, unmotivating thing afterwards because you can't do movement like you used to and stuff. Almost like a back injury, it just messes up like confidence and everything. Which I know about back injuries, promise. Today I feel like I need some glycogen, some carbohydrates, but I'm okay with that. So we're gonna do another set of squats, and I don't like facing the camera because it keeps having hands and a fist towards the screen, which is just rude to everybody. So we're gonna face this way this time. Right. Always trying to be respectful. So we're gonna do our movements this way and call it good. And I really want to talk to my baby, my daughter. Just saying. I talked to her right before we started, and I already want to talk to her. I only got like a 3-minute phone call. Mom went to go cook lunch. Or the mother of my child went to go cook lunch, so it's only been 47 minutes, right? I love that girl so much. You know what's weird? Is in ancient times, the mother had like a 33% chance of dying during childbirth. And so I stick to the mother of my child on not even an ancient principle. I just realized this recently, but maybe that's why. Like, she's alive after having my child. It's like some natural like bonding. I don't know. But think about it. You're like in ancient times when she dies while giving birth to your baby, do you really go find another, like, never mind. Anyways. Alexa, 2-minute timer.
2 minutes, starting now.
And so we gave ourselves a lot of rest on this one. And so my theories on these were, if I were to do 8 minutes at 2 minutes each, it's almost the equivalent of running a decent mile on the quads, maybe more. And so that's why I like a 2-minute timer on squats. So 71, 72, I think. 74, 75. Timer's up. 80. Alexa, stop. Swearing at that timer. And that was 80 reps. 83, thank you. I knew I was counting a couple. Thanks. And so that makes 6 minutes of squats, plus 21 minutes on these side bends, which I think we'll call that good for today. And next time we'll do 8 minutes. Unless I wait. I felt those ones. I think we'll wait a minute, do one more. Facing, and move the camera. Move the camera here, and we will face this way for the 85%. Not comfortable enough to do a leg check yet. Maybe after many videos of squats and stuff. Just like my abs, I wore a shirt in my videos for a very long time. It's like embarrassing. So we're gonna stretch and prepare for one more set. And I think my legs feel pretty good. We may not overcook them. Thanks. I may not overcook them because just like food, once it's burnt, you can't eat it, and it's hard to repair it. But if it's at a sweet spot, the body can try and put it back to where it was, stronger, so that it doesn't happen again, which is what the body naturally does. So I'm just gonna stretch and think this one out. Alexa, 1 minute timer.
1 minute, starting now.
I think I'll just use the box to help me with a few of those. And I'll put my hands on my quads for maybe the last 20 reps or something. So there's nothing wrong with that. Well, to me, maybe it's not. So to be honest, I had to actually work up to being able to touch my toes. For like 15 days almost, 12 days, just to be able to learn how to touch my toes. It took a while. Alexa, stop. I had to, I got close and then I would just bounce. Bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce until I got close, which I don't recommend. Yeah, I don't try and do like a short clip where it looks good. I just try and show the whole thing. No shame here. Right. No shame in my game. I don't like to show it. However, I'm not gonna lie, some of those guys do a damn good job on like camera angles and like the fluidness of the movements and all that. Some of them do. I just like to show the whole thing. Oh, thank you. I have like 0. I do have a baby though. I do have my daughter. Which I'm very happy and grateful for. I love her so much. sure. I have noticed some of them are really freaking mean. God, some of them are so mean. Like, what the hell? They yell at you to go out there and get that, and don't just sit at home and blah. It's like, God damn, dude. How about something like doing a minute is good or something? Jesus. You're totally right. Some of them are hella mean. But they're that way for a reason. And I don't know why. It breaks my heart because it's probably from their childhood. Anyways. We are going to do one more set of 2 minutes of squats. And that's going to be 8 minutes of squats, which running a mile in 8 minutes is pretty good. So I think that's a pretty good amount of movement on the quads for today. Just like 6 minutes on push-ups and 6 minutes of sit-ups is a good amount of movement as well. So we're going to do 8 on the quads just because they're a larger muscle group. Yeah, thanks. I'm not even sure if we'll make it on this one. And we're going to face this way now because floors are sloped, so you get a little more out of everything each time, right? Alexa, 2-minute timer.
2 minutes, starting now.
Definitely feeling these. $70, $71, $72, $73, $74, $75, $76, $80. Alexa, stop. 75 once again. I don't know if I'm going to change that number. I might just do more sets for a while. So that completes our 8 minutes of squats and 21 minutes on the Cybex machine at 70%. And that gets my heart rate up, which was my first theory on it. Like 2 minutes of bodyweight squats with a short rest, 4 times is 8 minutes. If you can run a mile in 8 minutes, that's good. So that's what I did before I started running. Just saying. So I would say that completes today's exercises. It's always 70 to 80, somewhere around there based on pace. And then I try and scrunch out the last 5 quickly for some burst. But I definitely sweat. Last time someone mentioned that I didn't sweat. It made me laugh. So I kind of made sure I got a little bit of an oomph today. And I'm definitely feeling my quads, by the way, my hamstrings and stuff. You definitely help being here. However, I'm used to being by myself during all the exercise, so I definitely enjoy someone around, that's for darn sure. So I'm going to clean my sweat, a few drops of sweat off the floor in the machine, and eat some food, and call my daughter, my 2-year-old, my baby girl soul. Just want to say I love you to my daughter. I love you, Soul. Love you, baby. And thanks for being here. And clean my hat a little bit. You too, Jupiter. Take care. Till next time. Later.